You want me to put it on here? Okay, someone wants me, and can you hear them? Someone wants me to put my computer on this brick right here. They want me to do that. Can you hear them? Ask for it. Okay, you want it placed right here. Okay, this is where I'm going to place it because she wants it right here. She wanted me, I was in a warm car just now, and now she wants it right here where it's cold for me to talk. Okay, so I'm in Jordan, right? Here's Arabic. There's different cultures in Iraq, and their nationality is completely different, and I understand that. And there's Yemen, there's all these other places, and there's Afghanistan and Israel, and then there's Jordan. Okay, I don't have any problems with people normally. I realize I come from my own culture, and I will sit with a white man, and I'll sit with someone from a different culture, and I love the elegance in Arabic culture. I also love the simplicity of cave dwelling because I love caves. I've always, as a little girl, it's a dream for a lot of people to sit in a cave and just live for some people. But I was married before to this guy named Jim Blocker. He and I met at church. We both volunteered in the community. I volunteered through dating as well, not sexual dating, not kissing dating. It was spiritual dating. That was somewhere where I dated for 2.5 years to a man, didn't kiss him until I married him on my wedding day. So I was with him for that long. And was it 2.5 years or 17 months? It was either 2.5 years or 17 months. It was so long ago, I can't remember. My wedding ring was bought through Stephanie Bullock, and he never really paid for it until I gave him money for it. I mean, it was bad. So anyway, he had a stepfather that was named Chuck. He had 5 identities, and he sold paint, like outdoor paint, like stains and stuff like that. And Jim Blocker had a problem with Chuck because why does this guy have so many identities? He just does some shady business or something. And I'm like, I don't know anything about his business. All I know is I come to your family's house, and I'm staying out of it pretty much, and I am just going to sit in this redwood beautiful home that you have and know that you are an entrepreneur and you try and make money. That's all I'm gonna sit here and do with you. And so that's what happened. And I loved who he was. He was like an outdoors guy, and he was very attractive. And I was happy that his mom had an attractive man, like Fred Astaire kind of feeling with him. And he was attractive, tall, attractive man. And I was like, I'm so glad she has this guy, that she loved after her husband. Her first husband, too, was very attractive. I was like, oh my God, Jim's dad. And I was like, this girl gets 2 Fred Astaire's in one life. So I was like, okay, cool. I love this family. And they were fun jokesters, and I was so glad he had brothers that were people that just loved each other. You could tell that they really loved each other. And I was grateful to be a part of a family that was like that had camaraderie with each other at times. And even if they disagreed, they still, you could tell the love was there. And I was a part of a family like that for only 4 years. And then that dwindled down in 2003 through my interaction with Carla and something that happened at Carla's home in Nevada. So my relationship with Jim Blocker dissolved through a situation that occurred at Carla Adal's house with but at the time it was Chad, who is a hard rock promoter. Like he was, they make pretty good money. Creative directors for nightclubs, they do really well. And so I was staying there with them. I never got to see Chad because I didn't care about the money that Chad made. Because before that, he was a counselor for these kids, camp counselor for all these kids, and took them to the beach. That's the Chad I loved, this kind of guy that took care of kids, And he was a nice guy, extremely nice guy. And I don't like that family, by the way, that just spoke in. Don't respect them, but zero respect. But something happened when I stayed there, and Carla was showing me this video a long time ago about Alaska and some kind of like black birds that steal your soul or something like that in Alaska. And I was like, oh my God, that's so horrible. And she was really into it and got freaked out by it. So we were watching that while Jason and Ed came. And it was the worst time of my life because I didn't understand certain things, and I was kind of clueless and pretty much taken advantage of in the situation. And I actually allowed it to happen. And I was this so anyway, usually when you have self-righteousness in your life, like I did back in 2003, usually you get humbled by it when you're really self-righteous. And I was definitely humbled by the situation. And I got my dad involved in it, and I cried for several thousand days. For 2.5 years. I cried and hardened up as well from the experience, but ran into some good people that helped me and get out of the relationship with my husband, because there was just a lot of bad networking even before we got married. And but anyway, Chuck Smith was a nice guy. He was a go-getter, and he tried to find different ways of doing business. And he sold his home in Grass Valley, California, where I went to try and couch surf. The very first time, I was like, I was tried before online. I'm like, how do I do it online to set it up? And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I can't figure out how to do this couch surfing, because I'm like a normal person. Let's switch houses, let's switch cars. Why not? It'd be fun. I got the idea from, what is that movie? The Family Stone? Not the Family Stone. What is the other one? With a London couple and an American couple, and they switch homes. And I was like, why not? I want to try it. And so that's what I thought of with couch surfing and switching homes or switching cars and all sorts of things. And usually I clean things up and I leave things tidy before I leave. I've always done that ever since babysitting someone's home. So I was pretty good at being respectful. So I was like, okay. But that's the end of Chuck Smith and the great debate of some form of Arabic culture and the situation, and some people are tied to Syrian and Arabic situations. And I've had other of them, with the Olympic guy and who taught wrestling at Cal State Fullerton. Did some weird wrestling at my high school at Lakewood, California. But I don't know. Sometimes things collide in your reality that are part of your situation, and that was my situation. I'm here in Jordan, signing off to the long journey of living humbly. Hopefully I don't have to sleep in the cold tonight. I'm praying I don't have to. All right.